let's talk about a scenario. What would you do? And if you haven't heard this type of scenario yet, um, I don't know where you've been. We talked about it actually last week, and this is just something that you should pay attention and understand that if it happens to you, you know exactly what you should do. So, a driver was driving Uber, and somebody cancels the ride. They get in, demand the ride anyway, trying to get a free ride.
Yeah, that has happened to me a couple of times. But this got quite ugly though.
Mhm.
And this guy threatened the driver. I mean, first of all, the rider canceled while during a trip, and then they said, "Well, you have to take me where I'm going." I'm like, "No, you canceled the trip. You get the fuck out of the car."
Yep.
That's what the driver tried to say, and then he said, "I didn't put that in there, but um, he said, how would you like to get your face rearranged?" I'm going like 911, get out, first of all, take your phone, take your keys, get out of the car in a gas station or something and dial 911 immediately.
I'd be
So
like,
what would you guys do?
how would you like a lead injection?
Yeah, how would you like to become a
Yeah, you threatening me? How would you like a lead injection?
yeah. But what would you guys do? Put it in the chat. What would you guys do when you're mid-trip, the ride gets canceled, and you know it's the rider? It truly has happened to me at least maybe a couple, 3 times. And I don't even think I drove more than a couple hundred yards. Unless you're on the freeway, that's a different story. I remember distinctly one time there were two young girls. They acting dumb. Right? Oh, I did. Oh, I did it by mistake. I go, okay, you get the fuck out. I go, stand on the curb, order another Uber. Maybe you'll get me. Maybe you won't get me. But I go, I will not drive another 3 feet with you in the car. And they were like, but. I go, there's no but. And that's what happened here. This driver tried to do, but it got quite difficult for him. And so,
I mean, honestly, the reality of what now I've never had that issue, thankfully, of somebody canceling, but it's something that we've talked about. We talked about it last week during one of the scams. We talked about it, quite a few times, and it's always brought up because unfortunately it happens, and it happens all the time. So moral of the story is, if you didn't know that happens when the ride is canceled mid ride, pull over to the side of the road, tell them to get out. Obviously, on the throughway or highway, freeway, anything like that, pull off at the next exit in a safe spot. Tell them to get the F out. If there's any problems where they're like, "Oh, you can't," I want to go home, or they get confrontational, that's where you start calling 911. And you could say, "Look, I'm going to call 911. They can take you out, or you can leave right now." Something like that. If you got to get out of the car, take the keys and the phone, and then start dialing 911 at that point. Because they're trespassing. They're not supposed to be in the car at that point. There is no ride. There's no insurance. So these types of things you need to know about. And you are not getting paid any inch from the moment that cancellation went through to the moment you actually pulled the car over. So that amount of travel was free. Anything beyond that is continuing to be free. So don't get taken advantage of, is the moral of the story here. And then if something like this happens, just know what you should be doing or what you want to do in that scenario that happens. One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
Okay, don't do this though. Immediately go to 100 miles an hour in the hopes of getting police attention. No, please don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
They will write you a ticket and then they'll send you on your way.
I mean, literally, all you have to, if there's literally a cop that you see nearby, just start flagging them down and say, "You get out of the car. Here's a cop."
That's a good point right there by Jeff. That's very true. Once you're in the trip, right, you can edit trip, but you cannot cancel trip. How about that?
Yeah.
Get rid of the kill the button. Kill the cancel button. Simple.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that it's been going on for years. It's been a problem, and it's continuing to be a problem. unfortunately. So yeah, moral of the story is just pay attention, and then also, think about these types of situations and figure out what you would do in that. But yeah, that would probably be the best recommendation. Pull over, kick them out. If there's any problems, call the cops. Plain,
GTFO.
simple, and easy.
Yep, for sure.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.